Alright, to take care of this problem. First thing, read the problem, write the explicit and recursive form for each of these. So 20, 220, 420, 620. The first thing we need to do is make sure that this is in fact an arithmetic sequence. So what that means is that there's a common difference. And even though this tells us to write the explicit and recursive form, it should be an arithmetic sequence, but we need to find that common difference anyways. And what that common difference is literally just checking to make sure the difference between these numbers is the same. So the difference between 20 and 220 is 200. The difference between 220 and 420 is 200. And the difference between 420 and 620 is 200. So that's good. The next thing you want to make sure you know is what the explicit formula is. So explicit form is just a to the n, or a of n, equals the first term, that's what a to the 1 means, in the sequence, the first term, plus n minus 1, so if you're trying to find the fifth term, we would want 4, times b. So that's explicit form. So in this problem, a to the n is always going to stay the same. That's like a y in the slope-intercept form. And a to the 1 just means the first term. Well, the first term in our sequence is 20. So I'm going to put 20 in there. Plus n minus 1. Well, that's going to depend on what term you're trying to find in the sequence. So that's going to stay n minus 1. And I've said term of the sequence. Each of these numbers up here, each of them is a term. The first term is 20, the second term is 220, the third term is 420, and the fourth term is 620. So now I'm going to multiply by the common difference between them. The common difference between each of these terms was 200. And that's the explicit form. Now if you're not in my class and you're in another class, your teacher may require you to simplify this. My students, we're not going to do that. For the recursive form is a to the n equals a to the n minus 1 plus that common difference. And all this is saying is that for any term, that its value is going to be the value of the term before it, which is what this is, the value of the term before it, plus your common difference. So for us, a to the n is going to equal, well, the term before it could change depending on what term you're trying to find. So it will stay the value of the term before it plus our common difference, which is 200. Now this is great and all, but what we do have to make sure is that we know where to start, because this doesn't tell me where to start. So what we do want to point out is that the first term is the value of the first term is 20, and that just tells you where to start. So now you can find out what a to the second is by just plugging 20 in for the previous term, because if I'm trying to find the second term, the value of the first term would be 20, add our common difference, 200. The value of the second term is 220. And that's it.